Hi, I'm Jeremy of Pure Magic Vacations. In this video I'll guide you through the process of checking in with the Safe Passage website along with the Disney Cruise Line new check-in screens. Assumes that you've already purchased your cruise, hopefully with me, otherwise it'll still guide you through the same process. At this point I've already linked the Disney cruise package to my Disney account. And yeah, let's see what the steps are like. So as you can see, it's already here in my account, and then you can go into the Safe Passage website from here and register new guest, reservation number, and then you put your personal information and next. Alright, so one of the things you need to know is that if you've made a modification to your package, to your sailing, or if you have just done it within the last 24 hours, this will not be accessible. I did have to wait at least 24 hours before this actually showed up. I was getting an error message that said that something similar. So let me scan through this. No fees, prohibited use. Alright. Links to their websites. I don't really have a choice but to accept this since I am going to be cruising. But it is good to know, even if it's just quickly going through it, what I'm kind of signing on to here. Alright, accept. I will be used to verify your account. Alright, well, I'm going to use the same email address that I used for my Disney account, just so that there's no confusion. And a verification code was sent to my email address. So let's, hopefully it goes quickly. And I already received it, so that's great. Enter password. Oh, just be safe. Alright, next. Testing consent and data authorization. Guests who are 18 years will consent for themselves. So I am alone on my reservation, so I will consent for myself only. Consent for testing COVID-19 infection. This one I do suggest you read thoroughly. Make sure that you completely comply with this. So while I read this, I'll skip ahead. And then once you have read and understood everything, you double check that your information is okay at the bottom. They ask for the name, date of birth, reservation number, and date, time of acceptance, and then you hit accept. So here they bring you to the HIPAA authorization to disclose protected health information. Again, you'll want to kind of read this. PCR tests. Again, here, this is very important. I have carefully read this authorization. I fully understand and agree with its contents. I expressly consent to the use of electronic signature and understand that by accepting here, I have affirmatively executed this authorization. And then it confirms your name, date of birth, reservation number, and date of acceptance at the bottom. Accept. So, confirmation registration, name, email address, phone number, gender, going to double check my stateroom number, 'cause I'm pretty sure, but I don't want to get this wrong at this point. And finish. All right, so let's kind of see what's going on here. So welcome. Third party for COVID testing and vaccine verification. Please note that all guests 12 years of age or older, including those who will reach the age of 12 during their vacation, must be fully vaccinated against COVID-19 as defined by the CDC. Guests 11 years of age and younger are not required to be vaccinated, but must provide proof of a negative PCR COVID test result paid for by the guest, taken between 5 days and 24 hours. Please note, this is actually 3 days now. This is not 5 days. Guests 11 years of age and younger are also required to take a COVID-19 test administered by Inspired Diagnosis at the terminal before boarding, as well as before debarking the ship on sailings 5 nights and longer. All right. So here, this is the step I'm at. Pre-sale screening. Guests ages 12 and older must upload proof of full vaccination. Guests under the age of 12 must provide proof of negative PCR test result taken between 5 days. Again, this should be 3 days, not 5. So let's see what's going on here. Upload proof of vaccination. So I will upload my proof of vaccination. Select vaccination. Okay. So let me fill this out here. Upload record. Where did I put this? Open. So I have the double Pfizer, initial shot, and double shot. Upload records. So I'm uploading both my vaccination receipts, reviewer notes, just to let them know. I'll save that. Upload proof of vaccination. So that's what I did. And then this is the so for guests under the age of 12 that are not vaccinated, they require a PCR test. So here you can either order the home test kit, or you can upload the testing provider results from a third party. Here's the information for guests who have recovered from COVID-19. You would press continue. I'm going ahead and skip. And then you'd select the guest that's under the age of 12, third party results, then you pick the date, the PCR test. So here there's only one item in the list, it's SARS-CoV-2 PCR. And here the test result options are inconclusive, invalid, negative, or positive. So you would upload the record and hit save. Tester results. So here you can see the date, and then vaccination and pending. So you can do view details to see everything, including downloading the file that you do have attached. And then that's it. So let's go back home and see what's going on here. So upon arrival at the port, you may present this QR code or your Disney Navigator app QR code to participate in the health screening process. Good to know. I would also suggest printing the QR code. Just, you never know what's going to happen, so just have this code, print it off, save it, and bring it with you. It's always better to have the paper copy. Technology can fail, there can be complications, definitely bring it. And I'm actually not going to leave anything to chance. I'm going to save this as PDF and have this also on my phone for a quick access. Update guest info. So this just goes through all the information, data authorization, consent, profile, everything is completed. And then a contact us, which for testing, or a phone number if you have any additional questions. So now that that's complete, let's complete the actual Disney Cruise Line check-in. So let's begin the check-in for me. It's all preferred language. Let's go with English, although French would also be a great option to have on there. And let's add in my wife, because she unfortunately will not be sailing with me this time. My passport. not put in a picture. Well, the passport and presented at check-in when you arrive, if necessary. Official security so that we can easily identify you during your cruise. Alright, so pictures are taken. Let's do save. Pending approval. Okay. Let's see if I can continue. Yes. Are you flying in for your cruise vacation? Yes, but I'll be staying at Disney before, so after the cruise I will be going to a Disney resort hotel and I'll be staying there using the Disney transfer. And save. Do payment. Then I assume full responsibility for the amount incurred during my Disney cruise vacation. Paying all charges, I authorize all such amounts due to be charged to the credit card listed above, or agree to make alternate payments in full prior to vacation of the ship. If anyone else wants to pay for it, hey, by all means. Hey, I'm back. Alright. Save. Now at this point, let's select a port arrival time. You're not required to select a port arrival time. Please arrive anytime during the embarkation period. Once you're fully checked in and boarding has begun, you may make your way onto the ship at your leisure. Okay, so cruise contract. This is also very important to read. It is quite a lengthy document, so I will encourage you to pause to read as I go through it. You are authorizing that you have read and understood and will abide by all these rules while aboard the Disney Cruise Line ship. So I do suggest knowing this and at least reading through it to see if anything sticks out. And especially this last section, 41, where it's referring to the COVID scenarios. So this likely has changed since the last cruise contract you signed. So all these sections are all new since your last cruise. And definitely make sure you understand them. If you have any questions, call Disney Cruise Line and or your travel agent. So I will get them to email this to me. Magic. Send. And complete my check-in. For the port arrival form, this is another one that would be good to have. on you. See, do not pack the port arrival form. You want to have this readily available on you so that you can present it at the port before embarking. So I will, as always, save this as PDF. And also send via email, because you can never be too safe, and having it at so many places is a good thing. So boarding group 2, that's great. Some do's and don'ts. Do not arrive early. That is very important. They will make you sit on the curb outside. You do not get to skip the line, even if you arrive early. They're not allowing you to just sit in the terminal. You will be sitting outside until your port arrival time. So yeah, and the Florida heat is brutal, so you don't want to be sitting out in on the curb waiting a couple of hours to be able to for your port arrival time to come up. You are allowed up to 1 bottle of wine each, plus, or no, not plus, or a 6-pack of regular sized beer bottles on you, but do not put them in your checked luggage. Please look at the list of prohibited items. It is extensive and includes some items that you may actually think you can bring on board. So extension cords, power bars, and hair dryers are among the items that are on the prohibited list. So do not bring those items. I do strongly suggest looking at the prohibited list. Definitely download the Disney Cruise Line Navigator app. It will be essential to your vacation. And print the port arrival form. It already set it up here, so if you did it up here, you do not need to do it down here. And that is all. So I hope that you enjoyed watching me go through this. If you do have any questions, please let me know. Have a magical vacation. Thank you. Alright, so status update. 12 hours later, so I filled out the form last night. This morning I woke up to an email saying that all the information had been received and that I was cleared. So I logged into the system, and as you can see here, clear to arrive as well as clear to disembark. So obviously this is pending, as I have not arrived at the port. This will only be done before I actually board the ship. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to add them in the comments. Stay tuned for the rest of the content from my 4-night Disney Cruise Line sailing. Thank you.